Well, hello again. I am back. Oh boy, I'm back. Anyway, you know, I tried the new camp on the Nodens, and like any time that you do something where you get a little bit glassy, you can get on some good runs. But on the whole, I died a lot more in my Nodens. It didn't last as long, and I had to fall back to my other bots far more often than I was comfortable with. So it's got the repair amplifier back in it. One thing I got to thinking about though is the last time I had mentioned, how I struggle with meaningful advice, right? Something that can be usable by more than just a meta player like myself, right? I'll tell you something, because one of the things that causes me problems when I'm out there, and it can be, because it is and they're surprisingly tough now. What is it, the Bedweir? And it's not that the bot itself, is lethal to the Nodens in particular. No, I still haven't leveled that, but I like the Nodens. No, how did I end up with more than one? Sheesh, I don't even know. This guy right here. And the thing about it is, it's not because it does a lot of damage. It doesn't. It's got the alpha and the beta setup. Same as the Mauler, same as the Indra, same as the Luchador, etc. So it's not a high damage one. It's a fairly durable bot. If you've got the shield timing down well, it can be really annoying. But you know what it does? And if you had more than one on your side, if you had, say, two of them on your side, and your team was not a team that was dropping, say, Nodens and whatever that new one is and Atlases, this is how you shut down a Nodens. I got kind of shut down one time, and only one time so far. And the thing about it is, the guy had pretty good timing on it, and he had me targeted fairly early on because I wasn't actually going after him. I didn't even know where he was at first. But what he was doing is he was keeping me from making my heal links to my team. So when his guys were on one of my guys, if he saw me nearby, he would do the taunt on me so that I couldn't target my guys and get the heal on them, right? The other place that comes in is if I can't target my guys with the Nodens and get the heal on them, guess what else I can't do? I can't get my heals going. The thing beyond the repair amplifier that makes that Nodens really cook is if I get two links going. 3 is great, but if I can get 2 going and then have the repair amplifier going, it's darn near indestructible, right? So the damage output isn't quite as meaningful at that point. So with the Bedweir, I had that one guy, and he just kept taunting me. So eventually, when it got down to 2 guys were on me and he was in the background, I couldn't. He kept taunting me, as fast as he could cycle it, basically after a bit, so that because that kept me from getting my heals going, So something to consider, right? If you operate at a squad level, right? Or if you're the type of player that really likes to lean into support roles And I'm not saying sit in the back. I'm saying support roles, things where, you know, you're attempting to enhance your team. Either, you know, either by buffing your team, debuffing your opponents, whatever the case may be, but you know, it's indirect to damage, right? And so if you're somebody that does that, you know, this might be something to consider, is that functionality of it against the Nodens in particular. Because, you know, I see Nodens now, and I guess, you know, I guess it depends on how much you see them, but, you know, I swear, you know, every time I drop out there and I see guys up, well, you know, up a bit, you know, it's not uncommon for me to see another Nodens drop down at all. So I think that's kind of an interesting thing. I hadn't really thought about it too much, but, you know, like I was saying, I was trying to think of things that, you know, what kind of like generic advice could I give as far as, you know, how to deal with somebody like me. And this is one way right here. I would imagine if a team had two of those on it and they focused, fired, so they alternated, you know what I mean? You'd have to be in comms, but, you know, oh yeah, mine's down, okay, hitting them again. You could shut a Nodens down on the heals. Stop him from healing his people, stop him from getting heals. So, food for thought, and those things are pretty tough. You know, with the new bot coming out that's also got a shield, it's going to be real fun to see just shields everywhere. Oh man, and that is when you know, these things will step up even more, because every time they use their ability, it's a shield break. So and it doesn't appear, I'll have to check it again. I wasn't really paying that much attention because I haven't used it as much as like the Rex and the Nodens, but and I only just got it, and I don't know. The thing about it is that the shield break is it's not based on the target, right? So when I hit the button, it's not who I have targeted that I see as a shield break. It's whoever I'm looking at. So you can hit that button and turn and see a sword in the air, and even though that wasn't what you targeted, its shield is down to you. So those are going to become, when that new crocodile comes out. Crocodile tears, great. When that thing comes out, there's one of your direct counters, right? I have to say, I wonder what sizes was that new weapon coming with the crocodile. Was that going to be heavy and lights again, or was that going to be mediums and lights? I don't know. It's such a slow rate of fire, and for how slow it actually travels too. But, you know, obviously there's going to be ways to take advantage of that. It's just with what? If it's in a medium size, I can't help but wonder if somebody put 3 of those on a scorpion, had it charged up, just came in and zapped you, and then just went back after that one shot. You know, if all that damage takes place in a single blast, and you could, if you had an ultimate scorpion, you could have 3 mediums on there. Yeah, doesn't that sound like fun? It's not my type of play style, but, you know, there's a lot of people that really get into it, and, you know, I'm not looking forward to having to defend myself against that. So, but yeah, that's my latest thought, though, you know, on what I found troublesome, and that was that. Another one that I saw recently, and I'm debating whether or not I want to give it a try or not, and then, of course, what to give it a try on, and that is, I've seen these now, and I'm just wondering how effective. Where'd it go? Arr! Yeah. Passed it, but I thought, yeah, here we go. I swear I thought I had a couple of those maxed. But whiteouts. Gives you extra speed. Does give you a little bit of damage healing, I think, on high damage. Within 3 seconds. Not bad. 5-second cooldown. So you still get kind of the same type of thing you get out of now I can't even think of the name of it. Oh, I put it on this guy right here. This thing. That's it, the showdown. I don't know why I kept thinking cross out, but I knew it wasn't right. But yeah, the showdown. So it gives you that heal, gives you a speed boost, but then of course you sit there emptying everybody. So I like that. You know, the one thing I don't have for this, or that I never got, and you know, it's just how it works out sometimes. You know, I never really thought about it, but I wanted to stick a different drone on here, and I couldn't because I don't actually own it. So I might be, we'll see. But I realized I never actually got one, and never actually felt like I wanted one before, but now I kind of do. And that's this one. I think. See, you get the slowdown on everything, and so those shots, that can be real nice. Plus, you get 10% damage. I don't know if this would work or not. It'd be nice if it did, but I don't know if it does. Defense mitigation. Usually, it has to be spelled out exactly, and I don't know that it says in here anything about defense mitigation. Has a defensive effect. Quantum lock, stasis barrier, and it, you know, they highlight them because that's kind of what they're keying off of for the things. So I don't know that you get that benefit out of it, but you definitely get the other two, which could still be good. Because I mean, that's the whole reason I have this. I'm less concerned about this because it's kind of a long range. I get the speed boost and when stealth drops. So see, I'm looking at that going, well, kind of the Webby kind of, you know, give me 3 things. This gives me 3 things essentially, and yeah, that could be, yeah, you know, it's something that I'm thinking about, but I don't have one, so it's I have to find one. I guess I haven't looked either. I mean, you know, I suppose if I should look if I'm talking about it. Do they even have one available? Just a bunch of junk pilots. I don't know. Wait a minute. Sometimes, no, they don't have the little sale thing. Who knows what this is? Psh, nah, pass. No, I guess that, you know, I'll have to keep my eye out for one. Figures, when it crosses my mind, of course there's nothing out there. By the time it shows, I'll have forgotten that I wanted it. And well, maybe not, but we'll see. See, they got the whiteout and they got that one, but they don't have Mr. Webula. So we're gonna keep our eye out for that one. See. You know, yeah, because sometimes there's that 4th one down here, right? So, anyways, though, those are things that I've been pondering as far as the game goes. Yeah, I was mucking around. I'm not really certain if you know, for me as far as background music goes. What I really want. Don't know. I mean, I kind of liked it, but I kind of was like, nah. So, nothing for now. Although I did like the little logo idea. But I'll tell you what. Because I've never done some of this stuff before, I didn't realize just how long that took to put into place. Wow. That turned out to be quite the effort. I mean, I like the outcome, don't get me wrong, but I would question the value of doing that every time. Oh, that's not good. He's gonna kick my butt. 'Cause that's what griffins do. Unless you got a Christmas tree. Christmas tree, mate. Uh-oh! Taken from the side. Question is what do we have over there? Right? Is that, do we... Ha! Don't recognize any of that. Uh-oh, I'm amped. Yep, that'll... Sheesh. What do we got up there? Oh, wow. Okay. That's why he did that. I wasn't ready for that. Interesting. I like it. I think it's pretty safe to say that unless we make kind of a miraculous turnaround, this is not going in our direction. Not in time. It's doubtful my team did anything. Nope. They're stuck back there fighting two people. Alright. You know. Biggest problem is, of course. Okay, see now, one thing, just for anybody a heads up, notice that? Can't target them. Can't get a heal. So if you are in a Devourer, do not be surprised if those just completely ignore you. Because it's not worth trying to figure out when you're going to be stealth and when you're not. In all honesty. See, like that one, as soon as you fly and you go stealth, can't help you. That's it. Yeah, that's one thing. I've run into the Devourer a few times out there, and it's all I can do is watch, because every time that it stealths, I can't do anything. I can't heal you, and so I can't use the one skill that I have to an advantage with those. Oh look, no show, complete no show. Huh. That just struck me as odd. Inactive is what it is. Very, very low. Not even 3 million damage. These are very low too. It was very fast. I think this guy was the one that had the oh wow, look at that. Yeah, and my team was oh, full camper hanger. There it is. Not very high level, but on the Raptors, he's getting his shield break with that. And a little soda. Oh, I don't even know where I'm at now. Anyways, 71.24. All right. Dropping in the percentage. I've been getting my butt handed to me lately. You know, the thing about it is really if you've done it for any amount of time, you know that it kind of goes up and down. Yeah, you get your winning streaks, you get your losing streaks. So, you know, sometimes, you know, I go on a really big winning streak, and, you know, the Pix gods bless me with a really big losing streak right after it. Little just rewards, as it were, you know? Pause for just a second. I just want my charge back so I go into this way. Ooh, where'd it go? Well, now that's a toss. Holy cow. And away I went. I lost 2 weapons with that too. That's amazing. See, now considering I had 2 blazes and another bot on me, that's 3 bots. The other 4 guys on my team managed to pick up exactly how many beacons? When they were left with an advantage? Yeah. It is what it is, right? It is what it is. Not gonna drop my Titan on a spawn camp. go, man. Alright. Yeah, we're not trying to win at this point because I don't have the team to fight back, right? They clearly can't fight back. It happens sometimes, right? It actually happens a lot. It seems to be the matchmaker's thing. You either get curb stomped or you curb stomp, right? There's very little in between. And that's simply because it just doesn't seem to know how to balance the teams out. So you either get a team that's just got everything, or you got a team that's got almost nothing. And you can see they just can't fight back. No fault of their own, that's the matchmaker, right? And more than likely, the matchmaker kind of screwed them because it said, oh yeah, you got a guy that's got, you know, 7K rating on your team, so we're just going to go ahead and, you know, put you up against a whole bunch of people that are way outclassing you because you got one. That's the picks logic, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's over, it's just a sliver. There we go. You're done! That's picks logic. You know, you'd think at some point in time that what picks would do is, rather than using your league ranking as some sort of solo factor for determining where you should be, that they would incorporate some sort of measurement, not purely of the hanger. And the reason why I don't like it when people call for the hanger to be used is because just because somebody bought a hanger doesn't mean they know what they're doing, they're any good. I'm not saying it won't give an advantage. Obviously it'll give an advantage, but you know, it's not going to they just didn't know what they were doing. They didn't know how to move forward at all. They just got stuck back there because you look at the damages. I mean, if anything, they up until the top two, they slightly outdid it, right? And but they got considerably more kills on their side, and it's because, you know, well, these guys really didn't move forward much, did they? And we didn't really see, you see, I chose not to drop a Titan at the end because I was just like, you know, all I care about is just not getting negative points. So I was good to go on that one. Oh. But, you know, what I was saying, though, is that, oh, shoot, I should have probably stayed there. Anyways, we'll go over here. My numbers aren't that great. So, and there's the thing, you know, look at my average damage. A bit over 5 million. I've had it in the higher than that before, but, you know, that depends on what kind of runs you get on. You know, victories, and I'm down now. I was at 68% at one point, not just a day ago or so, and now it's down because, you know, you get those ones. I've had this actually push a double digit before, but then it goes down. So but this is what I would be looking at, not the victories, but I might look at the victories too, because of you know, if you got a really high victory number, more than likely you've done a lot of squatting, and because it's unlikely you're going to get that, especially at least where I am on the US servers. You're not gonna ever see. I think the best I've ever seen truly solo was low 80%, like 82 or 84, and that was very short-lived. So but what I would say is that, you know, this one here, average damage, right? Average damage, and some weighting depending upon the number of robots, because if your average damage is high but your robots destroyed per battle is low, then you've spent a lot of time, you know, just kind of chugging away on hard targets. Not a lot of finishes though. If you've got the same amount of damage but you've got, you know, 50%, 100% more robots destroyed per battle, then while you're not doing more damage, you could say kill steam, but you are very much clearing bots off the field, right? if you got that average damage and you're not getting, this number's low, you're not actually clearing them off the field. You're getting caught in prolonged battles. And I would recommend at that point to judge your battle. If it starts getting really prolonged, determine the value. Are you the person that's holding the beacon, or are they holding it? You know, I got caught in one of these recently going against somebody from my own clan, and they had their mega Bjorn tank parked on a beacon. And he was using, I forget, what was he using? Was he using, I don't know if he had the Stealther or if he had an Avalon or a Bifrost, but he was, you know, like a rock, right? He wasn't that he was going to kill anybody, but he wasn't going anywhere either, right? And we ended up losing on beacons. And there was a couple of us, and myself was included, and this is why I got to thinking about it, that we're just sitting there, you know, trying to take them out. And you know, a lot of times I'm pretty good about moving on, right? You know, judging a battle and moving on. For some reason with that one, I thought we were going to get them, and we didn't. But that's another thing too. If you're getting into a lot of prolonged battles and your kill count's low because of that, possibly, maybe what you need to do is determine whether or not you are on the advantageous side of that prolonged battle or not. And then determine whether or not you need to just break it off, right? Move on to something else. There are a lot of times that I have broken off battles to go engage a different target, right? Oh, 3-on-1 again. This isn't going to last long because I don't get a sense that I've got a lot of team coming. No, I'm 4-on-1. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's see where my team is. You know, when I die in 30 seconds, I don't drop anytime soon. I want to make sure my team's doing something. You know, the map still seems messed up, right? Where are the rest of the bots, right? I'm not seeing them all down here. Yep. See, here we are, a minute and a half in. Does my team have their Titans down? I don't, because I got caught in the one and I kind of sat there for a little bit. But, yeah. There's my Titan charge. And I was close. Yeah, my team's not really putting up much of a fight, are they? Now, you know, this is where sometimes I think to myself, you just take the big hit, take the big loss, give up the ghost, you know, because you're not going to get anywhere with this team, right? Oh, he dropped a nose. Thank goodness. Let's see if I can get on him. There we go. Get that a little bit of love. We're way... Come on. Good, good. Come on. Stay alive, boys. Got that guy out of here. Got him. Go, Mr. Frosty. Woohoo! They were late, but at least they showed up with the right tools. You? Yeah, I know that Atlas is up there, but I've deliberately chosen to let that go for now and try to gather this beacon instead, because it's closer. Got that one good. Holy cow. Whoa. Let's see if this helps at all, alright? Oh, come on, come on. Trying to get the beacons. Okay, good, good. That should bring it almost to a standstill. Alright. Come on, ooh, this is a tight one. We can do it. We can stop this. Other people were thinking the same thing as me. Ooh, that was a close one. See, that was a good match. Oh man. talk about a battle. Guys came on late, but you know. Oh, and that goes to the one. Everybody started dropping at about the 3-minute mark. The ones that came late, you know, we had to drop another bot because we got beat by the first ones, and then we were able to get through. All right. Oh, you were a no-show. I hate that. I mean, look, 4,302,000. He took a few shots, and then he bowed out. We got lucky then. Because we were down. I saw that one was down almost the whole match. Look, if you don't want to play, don't drop in. You know? It's different if, you know, the match is not a winner. I mean, like, you know, you're being spawn camped, and I mean, there's not much you can do about it. You know, you're getting ripped apart. But you know, if the battle's still raging, jeez, I don't understand some people. Let's do another one here. Today is what? Today is Monday. So I don't think anybody's really active today in terms of, you know, like streamers and that. It's a quiet day. That's not such a bad thing. Good at a certain level, huh? Look at these guys. Oh, they got Titans out. Alright. There we go. me, so that's bad. Yeah, everybody's just taking free shots at me. We got one Titan down, so hopefully. Nope. Anybody else gonna put a Titan down? Nope. Nope. They're all hoping to just keep holding them off. Alright, well, we might make it. So far they seem a little contained. Well, who's that idiot? Knocked me out like that. That can only be someone from my team. Genius move. Knock me into the damage. Bottom 4. Actually bottom 4. You can't get over. Can't get up there in the damage at all, especially these bottom ones. See, outdone. But their biggest problem with it is, because even though they outdid us in the damage, look at this, 0, 0, 1, 1, and this is that's a map where you can get 1 beacon at the beginning, 2 if you're lucky, but pretty much you can really only count on 1. So in that regard, 0. Your bottom 4 got 0, whereas our bottom 4. Take away the 1, and we got 1, 2, and 1. 4 more than they did. It's a big deal because the top ones were identical, 3 and 4. You know, this is the thing, you know, I brought it up the last time. I kind of manufactured it the last time. At least I haven't ever heard it before, and that's, you know, my holy trinity for this game. For if you want to be successful in Champions, right? Every match, super majority of the time, 70% of the time, you need to break 3 million on your damage. You need to break 3 million on your damage. The other thing you need to do is, you need to get at least 3 beacons. At least 3 beacons. That's your target. 70% of the time. So that means 30% of the time you can get less than 3 beacons, but 70% you want 3 beacons. So 70% of the time, 3 million. Plus 70% of the time, 3 beacons, and 70% of the time, super majority of the time, you got to drop your Titan in around 3 minutes. That's it. You do those 3 things, you're going to be successful in Champions. Now, I get it. They're probably not the easiest 3 things in the world to do. But that's kind of the marker, because you can see what happened in that last match, and pretty much everybody that could was dropping their stuff. Titans in 3 minutes, and look at the damages. So it's not a bad set to look at if you're somebody that really says, I want to be, you know, high champions or whatever, right? By high champions, I simply mean I want to be over 6K. And not, you know, and consistently over 6K. Left alone again. Seems to happen a lot. Oh hey, there's that thing I was talking about. It gets the, I might have to do that because, yeah, you know, might ride the wave, as it were. I don't know what I want to do. charged. Uh-oh, they dropped the precept. That was worth it. See if I can get out of here without getting shot. Okay. Uh-huh. Uh-oh. Oh, he's just teeing off on me. Holy cow. Well, that's not friendly. Is my team dropping Titans yet? No, they're not. Why is it that I am always watching other teams drop their Titans, but my team's like, you know, hey, let's hold on to these things for a while. That's the plan. Is my team dropping Titans yet? I keep waiting. Keep waiting and hoping. But they're just dying instead. You notice that? Rather than drop a Titan, they're just dying. Okay, well, you know, okay. What the hell happened there? Uh-oh. Ganged up on. Story of my life. Well, nobody's dropping their damn Titan. Oh man, it's so frustrating. There's one. Oh, stealth, I can't do anything. Try to give this guy a boost. Oh! Yeah. What to do, what to do, what to do. There we go. Yeah, unfortunately they've decided that they're just going to sit back there and do the long ball, those two guys. And with that in mind, they have no way of defending beacons, right? And that's why all the beacons are just shifting. Because you can't defend beacons like that. Too much time left. I don't know. And see, we have people still not dropping Titans. So Actually, what we're going to do here is we're going to try to, get out of the way of this. So one thing they did, the Mauler's little... There we go. Try to get out of the range of the Mauler, because I was essentially slowed down to the point where I couldn't do anything, right? And he doesn't want me out here because I'm going to do this. Quit running backwards. There we go. Woo! Another tight one. You know what? I'm not gonna push my luck. I think it's time to take a little break. I'm like, you know what? 2 tight ones in a row after the losses I took earlier. I'm not thinking that I'm looking at a win next. Seems like it's been trying to set me up for, oh hey, what the heck, I was in the middle of things again, wasn't I? Well, there you go. You know, considering that was a squad of 5, what are these guys that, oh wow, there you go. 79. Oh, 58, he wasn't anything special. 61. What does he have though? 42%, that's pretty normal. Nothing special. Nothing special at all. What about this guy? 50%. Oh, here you go. He apparently hasn't invested in his Titans though. They give this one away like candy. Oh, he did. Huh. Does he have an Atlas in here? No? Not exactly what I would have picked. Are these all leveled up too? Oh, they are. Yeah, that's it. I don't have anywhere near that many ultimates or anything. He's pretty decked out. What about Ghost Frog? Oh wow, 2 of the Hastises. What a lucky dog that guy is. Never mind, he spent a small fortune. He spent a lot. These things only have a 6% drop rate once you get past the pilot. So he really wanted those. And he clearly didn't buy anything else. Okay, so you know what though? When you look at this hangar, what you don't see, considering how much money he spent on these 2 things here, more than I spent on mine, because he had to draw a lot more cards. He doesn't have any ultimate bots, and he has very few ultimate weapons. So he's like I was for the longest time. Yep, right here. Yep, I get it. He is fully vested in the meta. That's where he puts his investment, and you know what? It works. If you do nothing but the meta and you just pick up a few ultimate weapons here and there, don't really try to get the bots, but say, you know, a couple of weapons, a couple of mediums, a couple lights, you know what I mean, so that you can finish off some bots with them. You're guaranteed to be able to compete at the top because the meta is always competitive. The ultimates do not trump the meta. Look how many people have ultimates, but what do? They run around with the meta. So that's the other thing, food for thought. If you're somebody who doesn't want to, but is willing to spend some money on the game, but you're not looking to have it all, that's the way to go. Just stay current on the meta. Don't get carried away with it. Don't do any of the ultimates really, and it's one way to manage your costs, because the ultimates are where the real big expense is, right? I would save myself a lot of money if I didn't do the ultimates, and I might go back. You know what I mean? I'm mostly interested in the ultimate weapons in the end, because what do I use all the time? My blaze, this one. Once in a while, I drop him if he's got to do a beacon. Where I see the investment in the ultimates as being functional is in the Titans, which is scary because they're so expensive. They are the most expensive, but I see the biggest, honestly, I see the biggest advantage to having those over any of the other ones. So now I'm, you know, for me to even move on with what I did already get, I have to wait for this pilot to open up. And the way it looks is it's every other day, which means that 15 days left, or right around there, 2 weeks left, I should score the pilot, which is fine. I'm not looking to spend any more money right now, so there's no reason for me to invest in the ultimate stuff. And the weapons are so expensive to level, right? So expensive. You can level, you know, you can level 4 ultimate bot for the price for 4 weapons. Each weapon is like doing like a full bot. So the weapons are just brutal. I'm not looking forward to it. I mostly wanted the bot because I think it has a lot of potential. I'm just not. You know, it's unfortunate. I would want to put these weapons on it, but it doesn't have those available. So then the next thing I kind of look at is either something like the Hussars, or honestly even these, but I don't have a 4th one. I do have 4 Hussars, so that's a possibility. We shall see. We shall see. At any rate, I'm going to call it good for right now. I'll come back on later and see if I can round myself. You know, I'll push myself to get over 7,200. Maybe a little farther, probably not so much. I mean, it's the middle of the week. I'm not going to drive myself batty with this. You know, and to what end, right? To what end? To get up there to do what, right? Once I get over 6K, what's the advantage of going higher? Really, there's not much. So my push slows down at that point, you know. If I had people I was squatting with on the regular and this was kind of a thing, that'd be different, but I don't. So, well, all right. I'm going to call her quits. I'll see you in the game. And as always, take care of yourself, people.